Okay, so.
Your hair looks nice too.
Thank you. Thank you.
He knew it. Okay.
All right, what time you ready?
So he was it. Thank you.
But no.
I ain't looking for
Glad to see that. Glad to see the smile again.
And you know what?
The time is now 9 a.m. Today's date is August the 2nd, 2022. We will call to order the meeting for the Statesboro Mayor and City Council. We will have our invocation and pledge of allegiance by Council Member Paulette Shavers.
Let's bow. Lord, bless us indeed. Let us cause no evil to anyone and protect us from the evil of others. Lead and guide us in all of our ways. And Lord, let the words of our mouth and the meditation of our heart be acceptable in your sight. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll move down to agenda item 3, recognitions and public presentations. Today we have a very special presentation for someone that's worked extremely hard within our community to make all of our lives better and to increase the quality of life for all of those that call Statesboro and Bullitt County home. Today we would like to present the key to the city to State Representative Jan Tankersley. Some words that I do want to say about Representative Tankersley is that she is a tireless servant, a tireless fighter for everyone across the board. She met the responsibilities of being a state representative with vigor and with a passion for the people. For your dedicated service, not just in that capacity, but in your other elected capacities within our community. We want to say thank you for your service. Thank you for your love, passion, and patience. And we know Lehman is going to do a great job, but he got some big shoes to fill. So thank you, thank you, thank you. We're good at doing what they tell us.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Let me do one flash. Maybe not all of the flash. It's not working out. There we go. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
All right, thank you. And do you want to give you an opportunity to say a word? Okay.
Can I just turn it this way? I act like I'm going to give a big speech, but I'm not. I don't like to give big speeches, and I'm not in love with a microphone and a camera. I'm sorry, Dal. But I would disagree with one thing the mayor said. It has not been a tireless journey, but it's been a wonderful journey, and one that I wouldn't take anything for. I was born and raised in Bullitt County, lived in Statesboro part of the time, and most of you know I served on City Council in Brooklet, a county commissioner for 10 years, and the past 12 years have been on the state level. Statesboro Bullitt County is well known at the Capitol. You're well represented. John Burns is our majority leader. Butch Parrish is a chairman. And I was chairman as well, so we're among the leadership, and that just gives lends more credibility, we hope, in a very honorable way to everyone who lives in this area. So you've chosen wise leadership well, and it pays off. Over my 27 total years of service, I've seen so many positive, wonderful changes here, and changes that I'm proud of, and I hope you are as well. But thank you for this incredible honor. I appreciate it, and I appreciate the service of all these fine people that are seated behind us. Thank you.
Thank you. Yep, no, we're gonna go ahead and do it.
Okay, how we gonna do it?
We're gonna do it based on what Lane tells us. Okay.
You're gonna take longer.
That'd be great.
Go ahead.
Thank you.
I'll hang this over the desk at home. I can't hang everything up there.
Yeah, I know.
It is.
See if I can.
Councilman Boyd, can you come on that side maybe?
How's it?
That works.
Okay. Fine again.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. My shadow's in the key picture. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
There we go. Thank you. And Phil, you want to do this one?
Yeah, if you want me to. I'm not sure which one she's got, I'll be honest. I think it's her first one, right? Yeah, so, the Georgia Municipal Association through the Carl Vinson Institute of Government gives out certificates of recognition to those elected officials who attain certain levels of achievement in education. Paulette has achieved the certificate of recognition, which is the first level of education, where she has completed at least 42 hours of continuing ed in city-related education, and probably not to mention the newly elected institute as well. So congratulations, she finished that up probably in January, right, when you went to Atlanta. So congratulations, and keep on learning.
Thank you.
We gotta go. You gonna do the presentation?
It'll be the hands swap.
Here, hold it there. Where you want us to stand?
It's kind of like with the seal of the stairs, so just one step this way. That's not fair. Okay.
Don't want to photo bomb that picture.
Hold on. Take my old lady glasses off. Or old man glasses.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Thank
Let's
you.
hear it.
Hold on, Paulette.
Round 2.
Here, Paulette, I'll take that. Yeah.
I think we have the worst kept secret in the building, maybe. But Paulette Shavers has been a tireless advocate for our community garden. And so we wanted to present you with a keepsake so that you can always know that this is something that was, we knew it was special to you, it was in your heart. And we're hoping that it can give a lot of good things back to the community. But we wanted to present you with this and just say thank you for your vision in that matter.
Thank you.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
There we go. Good deal. All right. We'll move down to agenda item 4, public comments. Leah, do we have any public comments?
No, Mayor.
Okay, we'll move down to agenda item 5, this is consideration of a motion to approve the consent agenda, which is approval of our minutes for our July the 19th work session and council minutes. Is there a motion to approve? So moved. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, we'll move down to agenda item 6, Second reading and consideration of a motion to approve ordinance 2022-3, ordinance amending Appendix A of the Sexual Code of Ordinance to include definitions and standards relating to townhome development. Mr. Penny, any insight on that before we move forward?
Certain Mayor and members of the council, if you remember, our current zoning ordinance does not establish standards for townhomes, and this is the second reading. The important thing to note is that you sent 2 plans back to the planning board, and those plans will be reviewed this evening using this ordinance if you so approve it. But also for the council's information and even for the public's information, we currently have about 9 townhome developments that are awaiting the adoption of this ordinance. And so this is really critical for our community, and it also shows that Statesboro still is growing with that many housing developments that are waiting to be considered. We do recommend approval of second reading.
All right, thank you, Mr. Finney. Any discussion by council?
Mr. Mayor?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Penny and Kathy, I apologize for not thinking about this last time. I don't have any objection to anything that was presented to us last time, but in the review of the zoning that's going on, we'll still have opportunities to impose more green space, more amenities, more of that sort of thing. We are missing a chance with this now.
No, we're not. You're going to have a number of opportunities because over the next several months, we'll be meeting with stakeholders. Ms. Barr, the importance here is that we just don't have the tools to deal with townhomes. But just like anything in the ordinance, you can always improve it. And so we have probably another 7-8 months that you can still consider and improve this ordinance. Even after we finish that process, it's a continuous process to make it work for our community.
Thank you.
Any further discussion by council?
Are there any provisions in here to ensure that these townhome developments are not just multifamily developments? In other words, it doesn't do us a whole lot of good to create a townhome ordinance if we're just going to turn townhomes into essentially multifamily rental villages. Are these going to be for individual sale, or are we just going to create a different variety of multifamily housing?
I don't know that our ordinance, by ordinance, we can legislate whether it's a rental or whether it's a owner-occupied unit. Our hope is that we are the part of the standard, so it doesn't look like apartments, so it's not stacked on top of each other. And the standards also would encourage ownership, but even with that, I don't think that we could ever legislate that it couldn't be a rental unit.
Well, the reason I asked is I was covering the city when we adopted multifamily 4-story development ordinances, because there was demand, pressing demand, and you can see 10 years later what the effect has had on our housing. It has sucked people out of our privately held apartment complexes, and those places have become centers of crime right near our campus. And so my concern is that we do this and we get developers who come in and just want to do more rental, and guess what happens? The students go to the new stuff, so they move to the new, and then you have other people move, and you create another problem that we're trying to fight right now. So that's my only concern. I mean, I'm a firm believer in townhomes as a development, but my also firm belief is that they turn into condo and individual ownership, not another giant rental community. We've got enough of those with the problem we have in our communities. We don't have enough home ownership. We don't have enough investment into the city.
Well, and again, Mr. Boyer, you get no argument from me. We need to increase our home ownership in the community. Currently, we sit at about almost 70% tenant occupied, but that's and I guess I would be concerned if we weren't a university town, But at the same time, we have to make a concerted effort to try to increase home ownership in the community, and that will only be done in time. But if we are setting our standards right, the cost of the units are significant, then I think you will see more people owning those units. But then again, as I stated earlier, I don't believe we can legislate whether it's owner occupied or tenant occupied. But I certainly agree with your concern.
Okay. Any further discussion by council? Seeing that there is none, is there a motion to approve?
So move.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Seeing that there is none, let the record state that agenda item 6 has now passed. We'll move down to agenda item 7, which is a public hearing, consideration of a motion to approve application for alcohol license in accordance with the City of Statesboro Alcohol Ordinance, Section 6-13A, to be issued to 5.786 Investment Incorporated, doing business as Go Market at 2855 Northside Drive West, Statesboro, Georgia 30458. License type shall be package sales, beer and wine only. Is there a motion to open the public hearing?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. Planning and zoning, are there any issues regarding this application?
No issues, sir.
Okay. Chief, any issues?
No issues.
Okay. Where's Chief?
No issues, sir.
Okay. Kane?
No issues, Mayor.
Okay. Is there anyone here to speak for the request? All right. Seeing that there is none, is there anyone here to speak against the request? Seeing that there is none, is there a motion to close the hearing?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, any council discussion? Seeing that there is none, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, let us show that agenda item 7 has now passed. We'll move to agenda item 8. Motion to award a 5-year contract to Digital Office Equipment to provide copiers, printers, and maintenance services at a cost of $4,303.82 per month, based on our current equipment and usage volume. Mr. Penney, could you give us some insight?
Mayor and council, obviously, in city operations, making copies is a pretty big deal. And so going through this process of going through the process of selecting a new contractor, we went through the process, same company, however, we're getting a better deal, a reduction of about $1,800 a month for copying services. And so with that, we would recommend approval by the city council. Darren and Estella are here. If you got any more detailed questions on how we were able to get this type of savings, they might can help us, but we're happy to recommend it to you for your approval.
All right, thank you. Any discussion by council?
Is there anything you want to tell us about it, Darren or Estella?
It's cheaper.
Yeah.
What we did was, in previous years, we had,
State your name.
Darren Prager. In previous years, we had piggybacked the Board of Ed's contract, but you'll see in your packet is Omnova. It's a co-op contract, sort of similar to Sourcewell we bought heavy equipment off of, where we get the volume discount. Because we have a limited number of machines, but we get the discount, we had hundreds. This discount was given because it's based on our usage numbers. We pay per usage, not a complete package. Plus the machines are less per unit, and so that's why it came out lower monthly charge, which is rare nowadays, especially in this economy. But it's a good deal. Any additional units we hire, we add in the next 5 years, we based on the same unit pricing in that contract. So it's a controlled effort, but I'll be glad to answer any other questions if you'd like. And actually, Wade Morgan with DOE's here
Okay.
had questions of him as well.
So is it basically a lease arrangement then, that they maintain the equipment for us? and
It's
we can use it?
yes, ma'am, it's a lease arrangement. The monthly fee pays for toner and maintenance, and the machines. So, and they've been very good. They're, you know, we never have to wait very long at all for repairs and adjustments.
And they're local.
And they're local, yes, sir.
Very good, thank you.
All right, thank you, Darren.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Estelle. I might have to tell Marcus to move so I can see you.
And I would like to introduce Stella. She's my purchasing coordinator.
Yeah.
I'm very fortunate and glad to have her. Stop by and see us.
You know what, I think we might do that. Good deal. Any further discussion by council? Seeing that there's none, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, we move down to agenda item A, consideration of a motion to award a contract to Travelers to provide general liability insurance in the amount of $1,056,925.20. If approved, this policy will terminate on December 31st, 2023. Mr. Penn.
Mayor and members of the council, annually, we go through this process. Normally, the process is for a period of 12 months. But in this case, I think at the last meeting, you approved the extension of the contract to the end of 2023. And so with that, there is a 9% increase in the general liability coverage. And I'll also say there are some things that our insurance carrier is going to require us to do, and just share with you, in particular in the area of IT. All of us know that in this world that we live in, we can't function without the electronic, the information technology. But we also know that there's some bad characters, bad actors out there that sit around and look for ways to come in and to hijack our systems. And so I'm just sharing with you and for our public and even to our city employees, one of the difficulties that the insurance company identified is that when people are logging into our system, right now, most people have a two-step process. And so we're going to have to look at implementing a two-step process for additional verification to ensure that those bad actors have a harder time. Some of our sister cities have been taken hostage and demanding high costs, and we've been very fortunate. But I've gone into probably more detail than you want to hear, but just wanted to stress, we're happy to have this coverage. It gets us through the end of December 2023, but there's still some things that the city needs to do to further ensure and protect ourselves. We recommend approval to you.
Okay. All right. Any discussion by council? Seeing that there's no further discussion by council, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. All right, we'll move down to agenda item 10, which is consideration of a motion to award a contract to Bitco to provide workers' compensation insurance coverage in the amount of $566,696. If approved, this policy will terminate on December 31st, 2023. Mr. Penn.
Mayor and council, we recommend approval. This cost is flat, and so we appreciate that for workers' compensation. We recommend approval to you.
Okay. All right, any discussion by council?
So, yes, please, Mr. Penny, so both of these insurance things are in the budget and come up every year, and we just have to know and stamp of approval when they come up.
Yes, ma'am.
And they've been through the process, so we
Yes.
know it's competitive.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Well, in this case, Ms. Barber, we typically don't bid these out every year. Normally, when you start the process, it's for about a 3 to 5 year process.
Okay.
And so what you've done is at the end of 2023, I think we will have completed about 3 years with these insurance providers.
Thank you.
Any further discussion by council? Seeing that there is none, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, we move down to agenda item 11, consideration of a motion to award a contract to Quality Tire Recycling LLC for recycling of disposed tires. Mr. Penny.
Mayor, members of the council, this is for, this contract allows us to be able to dispose of tires, and this is with the recycling company. There is an increase in cost from $125 a ton to $140 a ton. It's less than what we budget, and we do recommend approval of this contract.
Any discussion by council? Seeing that there's no discussion by council, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, we move down to agenda item 12, consideration of a motion to award a contract to Solid Waste Applied Technology in the amount of $290,000 for the purchase of a new wayfront loader refuse collection body with a 2022 Peterbilt 520 diesel cab and chassis for the Solid Waste Collection Division in the Public Works and Engineering Department per Sourcewell contract. This item will be purchased with solid waste collection revenue funds. Mr. Penny.
Mayor, members of the council, if you remember in the last month, we've had a couple of accidents that have resulted in one in the total loss of one front end loader. When we had a fire over on South Main Street. We also had another accident where a driver ran into a utility pole. We believe that piece of equipment may be repairable. However, and then we have another front end loader that's down, so that's 3 that's down. And so the turnaround on getting this type of equipment in this environment typically now is anywhere from 12 to 24 months. These trucks are CNG type trucks. However, in this case, in order to be able to replace this piece of equipment and get it back online with newer equipment, I think one of the trucks was a 12 or 13 model, and the other one may have been the same age. This will be a diesel truck, and we will be able to get this truck in the matter of about 30 days if you approve it. And then with that being the case, we do recommend approval of the acquisition of this front end loader, even though it is diesel. The good thing about it, we can get it quicker, and the other good thing about it is that if we decide that we want to sell it, we can, because there are other folks out there that need these trucks just as badly as we do. So we do recommend it for approval too.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Penny. All right, any discussion by council?
Do we plan to order a replacement for it, since you're buying a 2012 model? Do you anticipate going ahead and just putting in the long-term order as well?
Yeah, this is a new one. This is a 2022.
Right.
And
So we're buying one for now, and then we're also putting in a long-term order?
yeah,
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure that's what
the
we're,
next item on the agenda.
the next time, okay, cool.
All right, is there a motion to approve? So moved. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, let's move down to agenda item 13, consideration of a motion to award a contract to Solid Waste Applied Technology in the amount of $387,538.35 for the purchase of a new wayfront loader refuse collection body with a 2023 Peterbilt 520 CNG cab and chassis for the Solid Waste Collection Division in the Public Works and Engineering Department per Sourcewell contract. This item will be purchased using funds from insurance reimbursement with solid waste collection revenue funds covering the remainder of the cost. Mr. Penny.
Again, this is a CNG front end loader, but again, the turnaround time is anywhere from 12 to 24 months, which we do need to replace, and we do recommend the acquisition, the approval of this piece of equipment.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Mr. Penny. All right. We'll move for council discussion. Seeing that there is none, is there a motion to approve?
Can you drive it?
So moved.
I was trying to get past.
The answer is still no.
Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
All right. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. We'll move down to agenda item 14. Agenda item 14 is other business from city council. Is there any other business from council?
Just one quick question for Jason. The tire recycling, are we gonna apply for the grant, or is this money we've already gotten from a grant? I know there's a recycled tire grant, which I think it's a reimbursement grant, isn't it?
That's right. I don't recall the cycle, the annual cycle on those grants, but yes, we'll continue to be looking at those grants.
Okay. Councilwoman Moore.
Thank you, Mayor. Sadly, as we all know, our numbers are going back up with the new variant of COVID. I'm back in my mask, even though I'm vaccinated, boosted, and had COVID recently, because we can pass it to other people even when we're not sick ourselves. So just encouraging folks to do what you can to take care of yourselves and the people around you. Also want to call attention to the fact that we're starting back with First Fridays. This Friday night's a happy event, pep rally, countywide, downtown. Yeah, football teams, cheerleaders, bands, fun party going on downtown in Statesboro, 5 to 7, I think, are the hours Friday night. Also, at the Averett Center, and it is going to be the Averett Center, we decided.
Yeah, they just responded back and said they're not going to get the staff that.
Not Friday night? Okay.
No, not for the vaccination event.
Thank you. So we're trying to set up some more pop-up vaccination clinics, and we hope to have one Friday night. It looks like that one may not be staffed. However, on Saturday at the Farmers Market, in coordination with Farmers Market on Saturday, Squash and the Spread has worked with the library. And there will be a pop-up vaccination clinic at the library from 9 to 1 on Saturday. Anybody from 5 years of age and up can get their first vaccination or a booster, whatever they need, 5 and up at the library, 9 to 1. And the Public Health Department here now does have the baby vaccines. For children 6 months and older, you can go to the health department during the week and get that vaccination. So again, just urging everybody to take care of yourselves and the people around you the best that you can. And support the farmers market and the other good things going on in Statesboro. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Any further business from council? Okay. I do want to take a point of privilege at this juncture before we get into city manager comments. This morning we received a message from our city manager stating that when a mother woke up this morning, she found her child hanging in their room. We got to be better to each other. We have to be better to each other. This meanness that's in this country right now, all over social media, being mean to people that we know in this community, it has to stop. I don't care what party you're affiliated with, whether you're a Republican or Democrat, that doesn't matter. To demonize each other, to see this meanness is seeping down to our children. To our children. Our children are finding it easier to take their own lives than to cope with a world that we've created for them. Your party don't matter. When this life is over with, do you think the creator of this universe give a damn what your party is? This is supposed to be a country where we have freedom, and freedom comes with peace of mind, knowing that there's a brotherhood and a sisterhood in this country. We got to do better. We've got to do better. We're creating this world. We are creating this reality. Things have to change within this community, within this country, within this state. this meanness that we have normalized, it is having mental effects on our young people, on our adults. These acts are not going without warrant. And they are spearheaded by individuals who have selfish gains in their hearts and not the well-being of everyone. The way that we look has nothing to do with what we chose. God chose that. All of the things that we in this world that we use as barriers against each other is all man-made. We had no control of it. You can't control whether you are a man or a woman ever. You didn't control that. The color of your skin. You can't control any of that. The meanness, whether you're born into a family with means or whether you're born into a family without means, all of these things that we use to divide and create barriers and to hurt each other, we got to be bigger than this. We have to speak to a greater us. Because when we're living in a world where the suicide rate amongst our young people is unacceptable, know that this is a world that we are creating for them. We got to do better. And when we turn it on social media and we're seeing all of these negative, mean things that's out there, know that's the same thing that's going on in our children's world. Yesterday was the first day of school. This kid on the first day of school came home and took their life. On the first day. And I would tell you on social media yesterday, it was in my heart to say that we need to be praying for our children. You know, we need to pray for them, we need to pray for their safety, but we got to pray for ourselves. We can't continue to be as petty as some of us are. And Statesboro, America, I know we're better than this. We're better than the state that we are in. We're better than this. And with that being said, please lift this family up in prayer. I can't even imagine. I have 5 children. I can't even imagine what this family is going through. And so please let us keep them lifted in prayer. We have to be a community of one. If we lose one child, then that's a part of our entire family. So please let us keep them in prayer. Let us learn to be nicer to each other. And let us recognize that we are all God's children. We'll move to city manager comments.
Mayor, members of the council, I would like to just call to your attention, today is August the 2nd, and I want to call on, he doesn't know I'm going to do this, Chief Mike. Tonight is National Night Out, and you want to say anything, and I know you want to invite the council to Night Out Against Crime, even though it's going to be hot.
Yes, absolutely. 5 to 7 tonight, we'll have the street closed between the police and fire departments on West Grady Street, and we're going to have a water fight, and you know, it's kind of stacked deck when you fight the fire department.
Right.
You know, water for a living, but we're going to do it. We invite the public to come out, we're going to have hamburgers and hot dogs, and then try to throw water balloons at firemen. So.
Kind of a thing.
Who do you honestly think is going to win a water fight?
They have tasers.
Wow.
We didn't call him Chief Tim. But we do want to recognize that. And then I just want to, I do want to share with the public, and I share with the council. Mayor and council, I shared with you a memo in reference to our tax rate. And on last week, we received our tax digest. And those numbers, as I shared with you, were better than what we had anticipated. Based upon the tax digest, if we can maintain our tax rate at 7.308, which would be an increase of 0.439, and then we could use $1.7 million of our fund balance, we could have a balanced budget. And so with that, I am recommending to the council, and you don't have to take action today, that if it is your will, we will have staff prepare the budget using the 7.308 and using $1.7 million of our fund balance. Now, it is a little bit more of fund balance than I'd like to use, but again, we can balance the budget, and we'll just have to deal with the budget next year. We probably will not see this type of increase next year, but we don't know. But the rate, the millage rate will provide a higher yield than we had anticipated.
Okay. All right, thank you, Mr. Penny. We'll move down to public comments. Are there any public comments? Saying that there is none, we'll move down to agenda item 7. We do have a executive session that we will need to go into, and it's all in regards to personnel?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so agenda item 17, consideration of a motion to enter into executive session to discuss personnel matters in accordance with OCGA 50-14-3B. Is there a motion to go into executive session? Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right.